3, 2, 1, and we're live. Okay, let's go.
Hello guys, welcome back to the XXL podcast with myself, Drew Spenlove, and Josh Eastham. Hopefully we're going to have some really good chat today. I know we've got a really cool guest coming on, really interesting lady. I will let her introduce herself. But yeah, Josh, should we get her in?
Here we go. So we're going to welcome in Linda Brannigan, I think her surname is. She's a good client of mine from PTing. I haven't seen her in a while. Here she is.
There she is.
How
Hello.
are you, Linda?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Good. Yeah,
How you
nice to
feeling?
see you. Yeah, no, I'm a lot better now than what I was about, I don't know, a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So let me do a quick intro. So Linda, obviously you're one of my clients from the gym. Linda, Drew, Linda.
Nice to meet you, Linda.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So, Linda, yeah, how you been? I know you said you've been struggling, and I know that you had been because you've been messaging me, kind of saying that I just really struggling. Kind of, I think it was within the first 3 weeks.
Yeah,
It started to affect you quite a lot.
yeah. The gym was my life, so having that taken away just in a click
Yeah,
was like a big, real hard one.
it was your social as well, wasn't it? Cause
yeah.
it
Oh
was
yeah,
quite
I
a big
love
social
everyone
for
in
you.
the gym. I love everyone in the gym. But so I started doing I was doing a bit of Joe Wicks.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Then I started doing workouts with, well, it seems to be all the management at work
Yeah,
and the
lovely.
people we support. Then I started doing Tyson Fury, his
Nice.
workouts.
Boxing.
Then when they said you could do PT outside, I've been training with Tracy. She's a manager at our gym.
Yep.
Totally out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I'd never used kettlebells. I run. I'm totally different.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also Jason from Physique, I've been training with.
Yeah. And how's that been? The stories look wicked. They look really good. It's good to see you kind of doing bits, doing especially fresh stuff compared to what we would normally do.
Well, doing the stuff with Tracy's total change. I'd never run whatever they call suicides or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, but I really enjoy doing that.
Good.
I think you're probably the only person who ever said that.
Yeah.
It's stepping out of your comfort zone.
There
as much
is
as
that.
I love
Even
throwing
so, I still don't enjoy them. Very much outside my comfort zone, but I still don't enjoy it.
Yeah, but you'll be amazed.
They're good though. You can feel the suicides are crazy, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
The cardiovascular kind of thing that you
Well,
do.
we all know I hate cardio.
Yeah, we know that.
So this, to me, is improved in. I can even do push-ups now. All right, I'm doing them on my knees.
Yeah.
But
Stepping forward.
Yeah, I'd never do things like that.
It's them little things, ain't it, that just,
Exactly, and it makes it
not do
fun.
something and then being able to do it.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Yeah.
That's a big thing with Linda, yeah. So understanding Linda's mindset is you're incredibly goal orientated.
Yeah.
It's like milestones. So we were doing things like when I first kind of got with Linda and was doing training and stuff like that, we were doing some pretty like brutal leg sessions, but then I was like, right, I want to really like basically smash you to pieces in terms of like your legs and stuff like that. And we ended up getting you on the full stack on the leg, on the hack squat, which is like, I think it's like 180, 190 kilos. And you were doing that, and we were doing it for reps. It wasn't like you were just kind of getting the one off. And then it was everything else was building up and we were continuing to go. So and every time you came in, you were like, I want to do this today. And, sometimes I had to pull you back a little bit to know, like, look, you can do that, but week in, week out, we need to try and keep different things moving and keep going. But yeah, so it's good to see, doing different things, especially like body weight stuff. And yeah, it's awesome to see, Linda. It's awesome to see you kind of getting out there and doing your bit. How has work been?
Well, I'm a support worker for adults with learning disabilities, and it has been hard. because how can you tell someone they can't do nothing? So all our activities stopped, just like they stopped quite a bit before lockdown.
Yeah.
But we hadn't been out for about 8 weeks. She hadn't seen anyone. So it was a lot of behaviour changes.
Yeah.
Because just thinking, why can't I go out when she's seeing people on the TV at the beaches? And
Yes, yeah.
so that was really a real struggle. But we went out. She's been for walks. She's been to the shop, but we've got to wear the mask and the gloves. And for her, she has got the understanding to a degree, but she still thinks, why is this happening? Why can't I see my friends?
Yeah. And is this?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
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 So, just so we can understand, like, is she high risk?
No. But our company have put in place lockdown. Like, she's got mild learning disabilities and epilepsy, so she's not high risk as some of them. But our company, I work for, and they said that they didn't want them going out. They didn't want them going to shops.
Sure.
Because if they catch it, it could be, terrible for them. But hopefully, in a few more weeks, things will get better and we'll be able to do more. Like now we can go and meet 6 other people.
Yes.
So we can go and have a social distance picnic, or we can go and do some PT with them out in the park instead of just doing it at houses.
Sure. So just to understand, is it like at a, not so much like a care home, or is it actually they're individually based out?
Yes.
Okay.
Their own house.
Because I was thinking whether the company were kind of quite strict on it, in the sense of, look, if one of you goes out and potentially brings it back, obviously we've seen what's happened with the care homes.
Yeah, no.
Which has been devastating. So it doesn't work like that.
No, yeah. I know. I am glad that I wasn't in a care home. I think I wouldn't be working.
Yeah. And is it affected, like, so do you have like an office that you guys go to, and then you kind of go from there to work out? Or is it like, because obviously if you're meeting up with other people, with the other carers and stuff like that, like, have you had much contact with like kind of your work colleagues, or has it all just been kind of virtual?
Through Zoom. Zoom has been the best friend, because we're having coffee mornings, quiz days. I'm doing the weekly workout where we had talent show, but that's the only way you see people.
Yeah. And it's weird, isn't it? Because it's not the same.
No, definitely. And like, I thought living in Hemel, you'd see a lot more people. But I say I'd count a handful.
Yeah.
So,
and like, are you going, obviously, like you said, well, there's a lot more people out and about now, but when you were kind of in the full lockdown, like kind of going to do food shopping and things like that, like,
yeah, I had to do food shopping.
It was like a ghost town.
Oh, it was horrible. But now you look at it, you go to Hemel and you think, people were still in like a semi-lockdown, but they're still not really going. They're still out and about, and Hemel's still as busy as what it was or is.
Because I was trying to think about like what shops are open in Hemel that you could physically go.
Superdrug, Boots.
Are they open? Are they?
Yeah, because they sell medicine, don't they?
Yeah.
B&M.
Wow. Really? Like, some of these I'd be like, they're not necessary. Not Wilson.
Yeah, but B&M sells food.
B&M's necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love B&M.
Good.
Yeah.
I was hoping we might be able to maybe talk about your job before lockdown, because it's an incredible job, and I was lucky enough to have the opportunity through my company that I work for to go and spend a day with a group of young adults who have got learning difficulties, and honestly, it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I'll never forget it. It was just a day, and the work they do and how incredible it is unreal. So I'd love to sort of learn a little bit more about what you get up to just in a normal day before lockdown or before Corona.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So have a list. We do a planner. So Monday would be dance up at the Old Town for the over. I think it's either over 50s or over 55s.
Oh damn!
And that's just
need a partner. I love dancing.
And that's with not people with adults, not people with learning difficulties. Everyone, anyone that's over that age can go.
Yeah.
And they make her feel really welcome. So that would be a Monday. In the afternoon, she'd have either a takeaway or a meal out, which obviously that had to stop.
Yeah. What would be the meal of choice? What kind of meal?
What's the meal of choice?
Have? Oh,
What's she like?
oh, she likes everything.
It
depends where we went. Where we went. Normally we go to the Pommel Horse because it's cheap.
Yep.
Yeah.
She might have a curry or fish and chips.
Nice.
Or a burger.
Loads of variety.
Yeah. All the best ones.
Steak. Yeah. Then Tuesday she would go to Raw, which is like a drop-in centre run by Decorum Mencap.
Okay.
And she'd play, I might get it Mahjong or Mahjong, the Chinese game, with the squares.
Yeah. I know the one you mean.
No.
Yeah, have a lunch.
Mencap was actually the company that I went to on Tuesday, one in Rickmansworth.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, that was the one I went to. It was amazing. It was really cool. Sorry, carry on.
Wednesday would be chair exercise, and then she gets to meet a friend, and they go. Then she'll have some independent time with her friend Brenda, and go for a coffee, and then Thursday would be kind of coffee morning. We do coffee morning like arts and crafts the second Thursday. Then on the full Thursday we do circuit training.
Okay.
So she'd go to that, and then she works up at the charity shop in Maylands, Remy Grove.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rennie Grove, is it? And she works there for an hour, and she does that independent because she's built up such a relationship with Sam, the manager. Then Friday is chill morning, and then she'll go for a coffee with a friend. Then in the afternoon, she gets £10 a week to spend on whatever she wants.
So it's shopping time.
Yeah. Oh, on Thursday she has coffee and cake as well. I forgot that. That's quite important. Saturday in the afternoon she works at charity shop, and Sunday's just a chill day. So it is a big.
It's a big old schedule.
It's a full old week, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're out every day.
Yeah.
So it's like I've lost a lot of my steps because obviously we're not going out as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you understand why she is getting frustrated.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is that
really
consistent
hard.
Stimulation?
Yeah.
And continuous different kind of days, and like today we do this today, and now essentially you're locked in. I don't know how big the place is, but you're locked in.
Flat, yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, she's lucky to have a little garden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, I know it sounds horrendous, but like sometimes if you do have a little garden, it feels like kind of you're caged in because you can't. You kind of they're like a boundary. You're like, oh, I just want to go out and kind of experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Is she when you were saying like she goes off and does independent things, is that with other people who have learning disabilities or friends she's got, or like how they figure out?
That's one of her friends. So it's my manager's mum who Judith's built a friendship with. So they go for a coffee.
Amazing.
And then when she's in the charity shop, she's with Sam, who's the manager.
Yeah.
And because they get on so well, we built it up. We started like 15 minutes, went up to half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and they get on great. So you can just, as long as Sam's got volunteers, we can just leave her, and she's happy. She's telling us, she's going, bye, see you later. But it's good because because she gets that, she gets that time. Yeah, exactly. And then it's good for us as well because you're not with her 24/7.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's hard.
You know what? It's really good to hear, and especially like to really understand it. Like, I think a lot of people, just kind of, I guess, have their own assumptions of what really you do and stuff like that, and obviously what their days might be like. And I didn't realize. I knew that you did a lot of things because every time we'd train, you'd be like, I've been doing this, but like, how important is that schedule to her or to someone with additional needs or special needs or something like that?
She doesn't like change.
Yeah.
If there's a day where there's nothing to do, and I say, should we go to the cinema? And she'll say, is it on my planner? Because she sticks to her planner. And sometimes she lets herself down because she might want to do something, but then you have to say, it's not on your planner.
Yeah.
And then she'll go to the next person and say, or if I had taken her to cinema, she'd say, Linda took me to the cinema, but it wasn't on my planner. So she sort of shoots herself in her foot.
Yeah. But, so I was going to say, is there a point where you might tell a little white lie? Like, is it on your planner? Is it on my planner? Yep. Absolutely. And you get away with it? Or is she that, like, she'll look at it and be like, it's not there. I can't see it. Like,
can't read. That is one, she can't read. But sometimes you just have to say, well, like, you have to sort of turn it around. Do you want to,
Yeah, would you like to?
Yeah. But it's hard. But it's good. It's good. Yeah. We've done a lot of things. We've seen a lot of people. I think she's got a good life.
Yeah.
Even in lockdown, I've went out. Amazon's the best person to use at the moment.
Yeah.
Because we've got all our craft stuff. We got our new coffee machine. Just
wonderful.
Lovely. Yeah. We all love a coffee machine.
Yeah.
She's
to that.
Cheers.
She's got everything that, because when the shops do open, like the clothes shops and stuff, we're not going to go down that route because the queues are just going to be even, well, what they're like at the supermarkets, it's just going to be even worse.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think you're going to have to almost leave it maybe 3 weeks. Then everyone's kind of got it out of their system and they've kind of caught all that, and then it starts to fade off a little bit.
I'm not going near the shops, not like that, because I went in the Marlowe's. I was in the Marlowe's the other day, and it's literally a one-way system. So if you're at one place and you want to get to the other, you have to walk the way around. Right.
It's funny because I thought they would do like a road system. So like you stick to the left, you go down one way, you stick to the left on the other side, so you can kind of, and that's it. But obviously it's just a one in, one out.
No.
I'm surprised that even that's open. I know that sounds really ignorant, and that's only because I haven't been in the town. So,
I think Marlowe's have got some essential shops, haven't they?
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah, it's like literally a one-way system. And even in Riverside, like up by Debenhams and everything, that's a one-way system as well now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've got a white fence and they've got signs up for one-way system.
Do they have little turning points just in case you've overshot?
A turnstile in the middle.
Yeah, you can just be like, oh no, and just turn around and come back.
Got to Physique's gym, I've gone too far.
Yeah. Yeah, I've now got to walk 100 metres the other way.
Yeah, so that's why I'm definitely staying away from the Marlowe's. The only place that I need opened is that bloody physique gym.
Yeah.
That needs to open soon.
So
and let us back.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people got a little bit of I know you said to me as well, Linda, that they got like this kind of like excitement suddenly because there was something about the 13th of June, but it was actually Australia.
I know. Talk about depressing. That was so like.
You're going to be the last.
Over.
I was going to say they're talking about the 4th of July, which is Yeah,
Well,
even
gyms.
that
that's
seems
on a
quite
good.
early.
That's on a good side. So talking about the gym, Linda, how do you think it's going to change? What's your thoughts? I know that obviously they put a lot out on the Instagram, but how do you think that people's habits are changing, and what's it going to be like when you go back and stuff like that?
Well, I need to do my goals again. I need my muscles. Well, they've coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Coming back. It's just about getting me back into focus. I am sort of but I'm back. I want my goals.
yeah.
Like I was supposed to do a video the week after lockdown because I was achieving somewhere, and that got took away from me.
Yeah.
It's all about. I know you probably won't be able to go in for as long.
Yeah.
Whether they'll.
Do you think they'll do time slots?
Yeah, I think if that's the way she's going to be doing booking system.
I'd love to get Leanne on actually, or
Yeah.
Chris. I don't think Chris would come on. I think he's. I don't think he is.
I think Leanne would.
I think Leanne. I'm going to message her later because she'd be really interesting because they've it's a pretty crazy setup. I think that they've got organised.
I think
like military.
Yeah, I think you'll all be restricted on how long you're in the gym, Josh. Not saying that, I think...
My leg sessions are 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't think, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
3 hours?
No, they're like 2.5.
Oh, mate.
Maybe 2.
I knew
Depends
that.
how out of breath I am.
I don't know why I was so... I knew that. I don't know why. I was like, what? Crazy man.
Yeah, I do think I think you'll be restricted into how long you can train.
Yeah.
The
training partners. I don't think there'll be such a thing.
I don't know.
I think it'll be very minimal.
You could, if they're putting all these screening rounds and stuff, maybe you could still have a training partner.
I think you could. It would be dependent on. I think the biggest thing is going to be you're wearing masks while you're training. I think that's going to be horrific.
Have you worn one of these masks?
Yes. Well, it depends. Obviously, there's loads different, but I have worn one before.
Yeah, they're not nice.
No,
Definitely not nice.
they feel like suffocating at one point.
Yeah.
You're
gonna have to wear one as a PT.
Yeah. We got that, and we got shields.
Oh dear!
Wasn't there talk about them putting like almost like an egg or a bubble around each machine, so you can sort of like get
essentially,
and then you just sort of sit in the bubble while you're doing your work.
Pretty much. What they've done is they've got like the big perspex clear sheets.
Yeah.
They've got them like either side of the machines, I believe. And they're like pods, so you basically will work within the pod. And then I think from that, in terms of like the free weight areas and stuff like that, I don't have a clue.
A positive about that is I'm assuming they're going to be very hot. So, extra bit of sweat, extra bit of weight loss, happy days.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, turn the aircon off as well.
Yeah.
When does Chris have
29 degrees?
Only when he's on.
Yeah, that's actually it's pretty true. Actually, he just opens the door.
Yeah, but so I do think it is going to be different.
Yeah.
But to get into the gym is my main goal.
Yep.
Definitely. As much as I'm loving doing this outdoor PT, I need to throw some heavy weights.
Yeah, you kind of fallen in love with the weights.
Yeah, I need to throw some heavy weights.
So let's talk about you and your training. Yeah, talk us through where it all began, and what. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's go right back, and let's talk about throwback, right back. We'll have a little sound effect like.
Yeah.
Let's take us back to. I'll tell you what. Before you put the weight on.
I've always been big.
Okay. What age do you think that you've always been big, if that makes sense?
I would say I've always been heavy as a kid.
Yeah.
But as I got, oh, bloody hell. Maybe my, say about 20s, 30s, I
Yeah.
got bigger.
Okay.
Then I've gradually just gone up and up and up. I was 26 stone. When I joined the gym, 26 stone.
And was that your heaviest?
Yeah.
Okay. And what made you get to that point? Or not made you, but what was it? Was it comfort? Was there anything that was like a continuous?
Oh, yeah. No, I just eat crap.
Okay.
Like,
Fair enough. Yeah.
I sleep in at work.
Yeah.
Part of my job. So you go to bed because you're not at home. I'd have a bar of chocolate. You know, like the
like the sharing
one of
bars.
them. Then I'd have a fun size, but sometimes if that wasn't enough, I'd have another one, just to cut. Just watching TV, eating.
Yeah.
If I was at home, I used to get up and eat during the night.
And what type of things would you be eating during the night? What type of things would you be eating during the night?
Not the nicest of things. Chocolate, crisps, cakes, all bad food, and even
essentially things that are like there that you can eat.
Yeah,
like,
something
like
quick
now
and
type
easy.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say my eating during the day was bad. It'd mainly be at night. Like
Okay.
I would eat jacket potatoes. I'd eat meat and veg, and I wouldn't say it was like horrendous.
Yeah.
But night time, that was when I'd stuff my face.
Yeah. And did you accept that, or kind of not suppress? I don't know what. Basically, essentially, like suppress it. Did you kind of think it doesn't really matter? I don't know. Like, yeah.
I tried all diets. To try and stop it. But
were you doing the diets, but then you still had the evenings?
No, I'd do the diet.
Yeah.
Maybe a month, lose some weight, and go back.
Okay. So have like a rebound.
Yeah. Just keep eating. And then you just get bigger and bigger, and you think, oh, here, hold on a minute. Need to do something about this.
Yeah.
So you go on a diet again.
So it's like a yo-yo, essentially. You're going from one to the next. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what was the pivotal moment? What was the kind of point where you're like, right, it kind of essentially enough's enough?
Yeah. I turned 40 last year. So I was in Tenerife with my
Really?
mum. Yeah.
There you go, a little compliment.
Don't believe it.
I'm 41 this year. 29th for the 3rd, 79.
Rubbish.
Oh, thank you. That's it. You've made my day now.
There you go, yeah. Podcast complete.
So I turned 40. We were in Tenerife and we were talking about, wanting to do things because I said I just fed up being big. I want, let's get to a certain degree, start dieting, blah, blah, blah. So I went on a diet for a bit. I stopped drinking on the 15th of April. Then I was walking past Physique Gym and I see their sign, 8-week body transformation, 8 PTs, whatever, meal plans. So I went in and I asked to speak to them, and I sat outside and I spoke to Leanne and Chris all about it, what involved. And I was so determined that I wanted to do it. And my mum said, this is what I want to do. So then I think a few weeks after she came back from Tenerife, it was, and that's the 3rd of May, we went in, it was a Friday, and Mum spoke to Chris and Leanne and paid the money. Then on the 5th of May, I went in and I sat down with Chris and had my meal plan. I had to write out what I would eat.
Yeah.
And then I think I had my first training on the 6th of May. So that's where my story started.
Yeah. With that meal plan where you said that you had to write out what you were eating, I'm really interested in the human psyche on this because, as you know, obviously I do plans for people and things like that. And a lot of the time when people write what they
Lie.
yeah,
Oh no, yeah,
they kind of write down things that maybe sound slightly healthier, and they'll miss out like the odd snack here and there because they don't really see it as the main meal. They kind of like,
Yeah.
no, I'd have that, and then and it kind of seems like there's an element of truth in it, but it kind of wavers a little bit here and there. When you did
Yeah.
your food plan,
I told him everything.
you told them absolutely everything, yeah?
I told him
Really
what
good.
I'd have on a good day. I told him what I'd have on a bad day. And if, like, before I gave up drinking, like, I'd go home, I'd go and, you'd have your kebab, you'd have your pizza. So I'd done everything.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you
Not
didn't
anymore.
you didn't give up smoking.
I can't do it as much
One
as
thing
I've
at a time,
tried.
Josh. God.
That's Linda's. I was gonna say excuse, but
Yeah, no, look, I'm still smoking.
still smoking. Is it? I know it sounds silly. Has it been a stress? Are you a stressful smoker?
I don't know.
Or
I think I'm smoking out of boredom. I smoke out of boredom.
okay, because I was gonna say, especially in this lockdown and things like that. Like, has it changed at all? Like, have your habits with smoking changed? I.e., more or less?
Sometimes it can. Sometimes I notice I'm going through more cigarettes, but I've already set. Once the vape shop's open,
Yeah.
I'm going to get a vape with the right liquid, and I'm going to try. That's just
Okay, so you got 11 days.
Yeah,
11 days.
in counting.
Then I'm assuming most of the shops. I'm assuming they will open up.
Well, it's an essential. Well, it's not an essential, but if they're opening clothes shops, they should be opening vape shops.
Yeah, or you could just go to Amazon right now. We could get you one right now, and that's it. We've got the podcast. You're giving something up. Everyone's watching.
I've got the vape. It's the juices because I need to find the right level.
Oh, okay.
So
how many do you smoke a day? I can tell you the right level.
A box of 20 could smoke. I could maybe a day and a half.
Oof. Okay. You probably want 6.
Yeah.
Probably want 6 mil.
So, yeah.
Which is quite high.
We'll get you off it. Eventually.
Yeah. That's the next thing.
Yeah.
I think I've done it the other way around. I think I stopped smoking. And then somewhere along the line I might start trying to lose a little bit of weight, maybe. Hopefully.
Oh, Drew, come and join us at the gym.
No, I couldn't work with Josh. God, I'd end up.
No,
we're too
anything about Josh. I'll train ya.
No. I don't know if it's for me yet. That's the one thing, though, isn't it? Like, I mean, I don't want to get into myself too much because not ready for that yet. But
precious.
But, can I leave?
Yeah.
Oh God, I can feel myself going hot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's all right. We're all friends.
Obviously, you said it was worse through your 20s to your 30s. I'm right in the midst of that. I'm turning 25 in a couple of weeks, and like there's so many people that are going to want to sit there and try and help you and tell you that you need to do this, but you're never, ever going to do it unless you want to do it for yourself.
Yeah,
and I just don't have that, and it's horrible, and I wish I did, but I don't know where to get it from. I don't know how to find it. I don't know what to look for. And I don't think I need to find it or look for it. When it happens, it will happen. Yeah. I mean, you're going to be 41, even though I don't believe that.
I'm 41 already. I had my lockdown birthday.
No, very nice.
Good times.
And, I'm not saying it's just now. Obviously, you've done a lot of diets in the past where you've tried to lose weight. But it's only just now that you're realising, you know what, this is it. This is the time. I don't want to get to 50 and
still be there.
Yeah,
and look the same.
Well, I got osteoarthritis in my left knee, so that was a big thing for me. But I do think, as Chris would say, he's given me extra life because of doing it. And you, like you say, you're 25, and I know everyone's got to make their own decisions, but the time is now, because it's so hard as you get older.
Yeah.
And just for me, my walking's improved. I can run upstairs. I would never be able to do that before. I live on the 3rd floor of my flats, and I used to, when I first moved in 3 years ago, I'd climb and I'd stop, have a sit down and a rest. But now I can do the whole lot in one hit. It's silly things, but if my story can get someone else joining a gym, no problem. You know, I know that I'm telling people how it is, but you're young. I know, like, I'm not saying, but if you ever want to train, come and train with me.
All right.
You don't need to listen to Josh.
No, I'll step out there.
I'd end up hating him. We're two best mates, and I'd probably end up trying to have a scrap with him, even though I'd probably get my arse handed to me. But
it's
we'd end up hating each other. Stop telling me what to do, Josh.
Yeah, I do think you've got to be in the right frame of mind as well. But you're young. It depends what you want. It really.
Like,
I think
I'm pretty happy. Like, I don't think I'm not happy. So you know,
I think that's a big thing. What you're saying, Drew, is like one happiness. Again, we're kind of coming back to this point that we've made on a couple. Is like happiness is kind of one of the most important things.
Yeah.
And I think, like,
and if I'm not happy, I don't know if I realise it yet.
Yeah. And I think really, as you said, Drew, like, you have to be, and this is everyone, you have to be in the right mindset, and you have to be like, right, I'm going to do this now, or I want to do this. Where, like you said, you can have the whole support network and everything like this, but unless you physically yourself are like, right, that's it, then, you know, that's stage. I think as time goes, there will become a point in time, or a couple of points in time, where this might happen. But obviously for you, Linda, it was kind of when you were in that point in, well, I guess you've had kind of many points throughout your stage, like you're going on the diets, coming off, but then it really, I guess, when you saw physiques and you kind of came into physiques, that was kind of more the fish had got you in. It was just reeling you in now.
Yeah, no, definitely. I probably lost, say, 6 stone. Then I went on a spiral and I put 2 stone back on. Then I lost it. And then probably on this lockdown at the beginning, I probably at least put a stone and a half back on.
Yeah.
But I'm back on focus. And I'll lose it. If I can get to my goal by this time next year, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
What is that, though? Stop smoking.
Yeah. I want to get to about 14 stone. Once I get there, I'll be happy.
God, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you weighing now then?
Oof, Josh.
20 stone.
What's that, sorry?
The last time I weighed, I was 20 stone.
20 stone.
Yeah.
Okay. And was that pre-lockdown?
No. I haven't weighed myself for about a month now.
Oh, okay. So it's been
I've decided. Yeah, I've decided not to weigh myself.
Hope that's not a corona cough.
That's a smoker's cough.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's definitely what that is, right there.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
So,
my
Linda,
mum, she had corona.
Your mum had it?
Yeah, I think. Well, she didn't get tested, but she had all the signs and everything.
I'm pretty sure you can go and pick up antibody tests now in Superdrug.
No, they stopped selling them.
Oh, really? What, they done or something?
Because they're not legit enough.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Wow.
Just she's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She didn't have a drink for 50 days. That's not like my mother.
Wow. Okay. So when you were joining the gym, just to go back to this,
yep.
Was there a mindset, not a panic. What am I trying to think of? Like a stigma.
Anxiety.
So, yeah, anxiety of walking into somewhere like that, you know, because let's be honest, you could go to our gym or you could go to the gym group, you could go to, what's the one in Maylands? Nuffield. And you could walk in there and, you know, you'd feel pretty comfortable. It's a gym. It's a commercial gym. You walk into Physiques, until you can get through those doors and speak to Leanne or Chris or any of the girls, you suddenly be like, oh shit, this is like one of the nicest people run gyms. They care about you. They know everyone's name straight away. You're not just a member. You're an actual person that's joined here, and we want to know everything about you. But also, if you look at the gym, it suddenly looks, Jesus, it's like Meathead Gym. It's big weights. It's like sounds, the music's blasting and everything like that. And I think that there's a big stereotype, especially I think when you see some of the guys who maybe walk out of Physiques and you're like, Jesus, okay. There could be that kind of worry or anxiety, like Drew said, of kind of walking in. What was your thoughts? Did you have anything like that, or were you kind of blasé to it a little bit?
No, I didn't. It wasn't really. I just wanted to get in and get started. But when my first training session with Chris, I thought, oh, to lose weight, you just need to do cardio. I thought I was just going to go up on the running machine and, you know. When he told me I was lifting weights, and I've never lifted weight, I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, okay, right, well, let's start somewhere. But I love it. I loved it. But then also, on my second PT session, there was all the men taking their tops off, showing all their abs. So I was in my element. I was getting hot flushes and everything. I was like, oh, I'll come back to this gym.
No wonder you stayed there for so long.
My friend says she says that's the only reason I go to the gym.
Yeah.
I up all the men.
There you go. Outleft them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Some of them.
Crazy.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, it's mental.
Fair.
Obviously, things are locked down and everything. How do you think the UK's fared up?
I think there's been a lot of people that haven't done what they should have done.
Okay, yeah. I think that's British. Britishers.
Yeah. I think we should have been put on lockdown like Spain. I think
like a serious?
I think we should have had a stricter lockdown.
I mean, what in terms of that, what was the difference between our lockdown? Was it the fact that we could go out and kind of exercise?
Yeah.
And that Spain, you were locked down to your house unless you needed groceries.
Yeah, I think if that had happened, I don't think there would have been as many deaths.
Okay.
But it had. I think we've got through it. Like a lot of people who have like stuck to the rules and not done things, I think they've stuck by it. But I know that I'll just be glad when everything's back to normal. But as I see, 2020 is a washout.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think at the moment, like when obviously you say back to normal, do you think there's going to be that until the vaccine, or do you think it'll be the new normal where?
Social distance. This is how it's gonna be forever now. Well, not forever, but until, like you say, there's a vaccine.
I've got a question for you both. I've been thinking about this morning and last night.
No.
Here we go.
Was that the right answer?
No, it could be. You know how influenza comes around every year, yeah? The flu.
Yep.
Different strains, whatever. Now, I've never had the flu vaccine. Never had it in my life. But I've been, touch wood, I haven't actually had the flu. So, absolutely fine. Now, obviously, if a vaccine comes around, absolutely, I think, you'd be silly not to get it, and stuff like that. But do you think, like, the flu has become something that's just like, oh, it's the flu? And it's become like you kind of just roll it off and it's like, yeah, it happens every year. People get it. It's fine. Now, obviously, we've seen that the actual number of deaths from the flu is phenomenally high. But we didn't social distance. We didn't do anything like that because it was almost like it had become part of society.
Yeah.
Do you think that actually it's like that Corona over time, it could become that the fact that this is just another one of those and the social distancing will go, and you will be kind of just living life like we used to, but just with Corona as another thing that is out there?
But Corona has been around for a long time.
It has.
It's just never been. Someone was telling me
Not
this.
COVID-19.
Yeah. I do think social distance won't stop.
Okay.
I do. I think I can't see them going back to taking it away to bringing it back. I think it'll be all the same all the time now.
What, until something's sorted eventually?
Maybe.
Because
Or indefinitely.
because I don't know. Could you say indefinitely? I'm just thinking of, like, let's just say families. You know, you haven't gone up and hugged your mum or your dad or something if you're not living with them, or meeting your mates. You haven't, like, kind of, I don't know, sat next to them closely, or, you know, Drew, when we meet up, big hug each other, stuff like that. How you doing? It's just that norm. But now, obviously, when you're seeing it, like, you're not doing it. Yeah, and I think I've become so accustomed to it that I'm watching movies or Netflix or something like that, and I'm seeing two people shake hands. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm suddenly like, oh, that was like the norm. And I think and I just thought it was really interesting pointing to whether this is just going to become like the normal and we just kind of live with it.
It's crazy that you say that. The amount of, like, TV programs and films I've watched, and they're, like, doing stuff, and you're just sitting there and you're like, well, they're not social distancing, are they?
It comes into your mind.
Yeah, that's
I'm
how
just
you
there
get.
like, oh my god, what am I saying?
Yeah.
No, I get that. I saw my mum for the first time in 12 weeks last Friday, and how hard that was not to hug her. I had to I'm glad I had my sunglasses on. I had to sort of compose myself. Because I didn't want to see her. I didn't want my mum to see me getting upset.
Yeah. And I think that's a big thing. What's your opinion on how they're dealing with, like, kind of the phases and things like that? The only reason I say this is, I've said quite a few times, is I think there's going to become a point where they just say, look, we'll give it to you, the public, to choose what you want to do. So if you want a social distance and you do that, absolutely. If you want to go and meet your family, fine, go and meet your family. If you want to go and do these activities, etc., but it's at your own risk.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can't keep everyone like this.
No. But I think we could possibly get a second wave.
Yeah.
If he brings us in, people are saying, like, they brought us out too early. But who knows? Hopefully not.
Yeah.
If people just do as they're told. I was training in Hemel Cricket Club. That's where I've been training with Jason. And
Hemel Cricket Club, where's that? Is that Boxmoor way?
By the Magic Roundabout.
Yeah, but I know. Yeah. Opposite the Kodak.
Yeah.
I saw many people having, like, picnics or meetups, but it was like, I don't know, 13, 14, like, I don't know, guys and girls my age just meeting up, chilling.
Well, there was 4 young girls this is like the first time we trained there. 4 I would say teenagers.
Yeah.
And they were all social distance.
Brilliant.
And then they started walking, and one of the girls turned around and says, "Excuse me, can you move? We're social distancing here." And I thought that was quite good, because they could have just, thought, "Oh, so I'll just walk with my mate." But they were actually saying, "No, 2 meters." Even a lot of the kids, when you're in the park, they're stopping and say, "Oh, sorry." That's sort of the new word at the moment.
Sorry.
You're bumping in or you're crossing past. That's all I seem to say at the moment. Sorry.
Yeah. We're so good at that.
Yeah, that's a British thing as well, isn't it?
There's things British are good at. Is queuing, saying sorry, and not doing what they're told.
Yeah.
That's what we're so good at.
And we're normally saying sorry for something that, like,
we don't need to say sorry
for.
Yeah. Exactly.
Someone bumps into you, like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. So.
That's mad. Madness.
Hopefully, it'll be nice, like just to go out and actually. I know you can like go somewhere to eat a nice meal out, be able to have someone else cook for you, to sit with your family, and all right, yeah, it's still social distance, but chat, be able to be in like an environment that you should really be in.
Yeah.
Not none of this. So you can only meet in a park and 2 meters.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can obviously meet at people's houses now in the garden.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of getting that little bit closer to kind of normality, if you want to call it that. Yeah, it's, I don't know. The funny thing that I found that doing these podcasts, we first came into doing them probably, 3 weeks in, Drew?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Right.
And like almost conversations have changed, like, and it was so serious back then. It was such a, this is crazy, this is the pandemic of the world. And as it's gone through to like now,
let us out.
Yeah,
That's our own thing.
Yeah. It's become like this kind of idea of like, yeah, it's fine, it's all right, just got to be careful. Like just, I don't know, it's just like, look, of course, you know, it's dreadful, people are dying from this.
I'm glad that I don't know anyone that's actually died of it or that's been really serious.
Yeah.
So that's like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anyone. Drew, what about you? Do you know anyone that's been?
Not yet, no. Luckily.
Yeah. So.
And your podcasts to forget me going. Sorry, I've watched all your podcasts.
Oh, I love that.
Have you?
Yeah, I've watched them all.
Love that. Thank you.
Even the one.
You watch your own one.
The one that was on the other day that was swearing so much.
Tony.
Yeah.
He's good, isn't he?
Funny guy.
He's a good lad. Really interesting. Did
you see the one yesterday or this morning?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, I think you'll like that one.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one yet.
It was a good guy.
Yeah.
Although he had a really, really lovely view, it's just made me angry. So
yeah, he was on the beach.
On the beach.
We'll get there one day. We'll be on beach. You'll be able to go on a beach one day.
Yeah, not one in Hawaii.
Oh, you could just save your pennies.
I could.
Save your pennies.
Yeah, save your pennies.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah. Right. This has been really good.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good to see you, Linda.
Yeah.
Good to see you in high spirits, as always.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be too much longer till get back in that gym.
That's it. I'm going to say 5 weeks.
Gone 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to say middle of October, whenever that may be. Just to make you all really annoyed.
No, but it could be. It could potentially.
Probably will be.
Yeah. Like we get our hopes up that it could be the 4th of July, but you know, they might say no, not till August, September.
Could well be. It could be like, well, when the schools go back, you go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just before we go, Lynn, before we wrap it all up, we do,
as you know,
as you've seen, we do what's your top tip for getting through lockdown? So what's been getting you through, apart from the podcast?
I was just about to say, phone calls. I think I've speak to people that I wouldn't normally speak to. Doing my home workouts, training all my management, watching them go through pain, which is quite good.
So has that been like a new skill set, do you reckon, that you'd say? Learning something new?
I think I could be a really good PT. I've got a good mouth to shout.
I know that. You shout at me a lot.
Yeah. Oh, telling people to do things that you can't do, like burpees and mountains. Like, oh, yeah, it's been brilliant. What else? Oh, I can't even get, like, I know it sounds stupid, I miss a takeaway coffee.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
Ain't that the truth?
As soon as that Costa drive-through opened...
It's open?
I got a taxi to work, but I made him go through the drive-through just so that I can get my coffee.
Love that.
What was the queue like? Did the rates go up?
No. Oh, But have you seen the queues for all McDonald's are open now?
Yeah, I see all the videos this morning. It's crazy.
How sad.
Someone said
You
that
were gonna queue.
they couldn't get into Tesco's purely for that queue.
No, they can get into Tesco's.
They got two ways, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got one lane that is just purely McDonald's.
Yeah.
But crazy. If it gets too bad, the police will have to do something.
Yeah.
Because they're all open, even the one up by Maylands. So,
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
But and not to family. I think I've spoke more to my brother in the past 3 months than I would normally. Normally I might speak to him once a month, twice, or once every 6 months sometimes. So not to take family is the most important thing.
Yeah.
If you've got a grudge with someone, just make up, because at times like this is what you need. You need everyone.
That's a beautiful way to end it.
Yeah,
Love that.
definitely.
Linda Brannigan.
It's been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get to meet you in real one day.
Yeah, we'll have a proper
Yeah,
coffee.
not in the gym. Not in the gym.
You never say never, Drew. You never know.
Starbucks.
Yeah, all right. Maybe
Yeah,
one day. Maybe one day.
Definitely. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's nice
Good to catch up
see
with you.
Yeah. Get back in that gym and get my I want my legs. We've got challenges to do.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We need
2021.
Louise to do my video.
Yeah,
That was supposed to happen on my birthday.
it was. It's going to be a good day, that.
Yeah.
Still.
Never mind. It
it'll
will
come round.
happen.
Something to look forward to.
There you go.
Exactly. Well, thank you ever so much.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Linda.
much, Linda.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah,
And
you too.
Yeah,
Rest
I'll
up.
PT this afternoon.
Beautiful. Lovely.
Love that.
Right.
Enjoy.
Thank you,
Take it
Pat.
easy.
See you
See you
later.
later.
Bye.
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 There you go, ladies and gents. Linda Brannigan. It's a good chat. Just
Lovely
chatting
lady.
out. Good fun.
There we go.
Good job as well.
Yeah.
Mad respect.
Yeah. Thank you for watching the XXL podcast. I hope you enjoyed that episode. That is episode number 23.
3. 3.
23. Yeah. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, share the video.
If you want to come
Turn
on,
the notifications on.
let us know.
If you want to come on the podcast, give us a shout. On all the socials, which will be down below. Love.
Love you guys. Take it easy.
Bye.